There's a lot of things in life that are really difficult. For me, running has been one of those things, but the more I do it, the easier it gets. 10 weeks ago, I set out to run a sub 150 half marathon, which for me is an extremely difficult task. But when you begin with the end in mind, it keeps you focused along every step of the journey. So fast forward to this week, and we're officially 4 days out from race day, and we only have 8 total scheduled miles this week. So this is by far our lowest mileage week yet. Welcome to the video, and if you're new here, my name's Dylan, and for the past 10 weeks I've been preparing for this half marathon, and we've hit the point where we're officially 4 days out. So there's only 8 miles on the schedule this week, so this is by far our lowest mileage week yet, and it's officially time to start tapering. And when I say tapering, I don't want to just sit back and kick my feet up and relax the week away. I want to make sure I'm doing things actively this week to prepare myself. The runs we have scheduled this week are still really important. We have 2 3-mile runs and then a 2-mile shakeout run. After that, we head right out the door at 4 in the morning and we run 13.1 miles. So we are in the kitchen for breakfast, and something to keep in mind is that when we get up for race day, it's going to be 4 in the morning. So there's no time to be making protein pancakes. I'll probably do my simple routine. I'll go for coffee first, and that usually makes my stomach feel a little bit better. I'll continue to drink a bunch of water, my fancy new little thing, what is this, hydro flask that my wife got me for our anniversary. But I'm gonna wanna get food the morning of because it's an hour and 30 minutes to Ann Arbor. So a couple things I'm gonna do here. The breakfast I'm gonna have today is probably the breakfast I'll have on race day. So we're keeping today's breakfast really simple. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some organic vanilla yogurt and I'm gonna add a half scoop of protein powder. The protein powder I'm using right now is this Levels grass-fed whey. 24 grams per scoop, 2 pounds, and it's like under $40 somehow. It's an insane deal. It's one of the cleanest I've ever seen, and it tastes really good. So if you're looking for something clean, try it. I think I found it on Amazon. I can put the link down below. I'm gonna add that into the yogurt, and then I'm gonna cut up some strawberries and bananas, put that in there, and then I'm gonna get some granola and then put that on top. So this kind of gets me a good mix of protein and carbs. I've done many runs on yogurt and fruit and stuff like that, so I know that's gonna work really well. The next thing I'm gonna do to get some more protein to make sure I'm feeling full, I'm gonna get 2 eggs and then scramble that with a 1/3 cup of egg whites. Sometimes I'll sprinkle cheese on there, sometimes I'll put salsa on the eggs, but also sometimes just salt and pepper, and I'm good with just that. Probably have a little bit of orange juice or something else as another carb, and then we're saving some snacks for the trip there. So I want a quick light breakfast at like 4:15 in the morning, and then we're gonna leave, and then I'll have some stuff kind of saved for later in the trip. All right, this is our second to last run of prep here. We got 3 miles we gotta run. Should be pretty easy, should be pretty straightforward. Nothing too difficult here. We don't wanna run these too fast. Should be 3 easy miles here. And after this, we only have 1 more run until the half marathon. You stay inside most of the time, but you don't see to my eye. Why don't you come outside and see what it's like? All right, of course, I mean, you saw the sky. We started out running, it's beautiful, 73. Now it's like 68. It's windy, and I don't know, I thought it was starting to sprinkle. The wife disagrees, so she's probably right. Oh. Huge crack of thunder there. All right, 3 miles done, and after this, we only have 1 workout left, and we're done. And we did get perfect timing because, like I said, it was bright blue skies, and now it's gonna start raining.
It's thundering, like it's thundered probably like 3 or 4 times.
All right, overall time here, 26 minutes, 15 seconds, 8 minutes, 41 seconds per mile. Average heart rate is 148, so not too bad there. We finished our run at the perfect time because the second we got in the car, it just started downpouring for about 30 minutes straight. After it stopped though, we went to Aldi and we decided to pick up some groceries. We ended up getting a bunch of things for the rest of this week to help us with that carb loading process leading up to the race. We got 2 bags full for only $83. Aldi's has some incredible deals. Like I said, a lot of this was carbs, a couple fun things in here, and then we got some protein sources and veggies as well. We also picked up a few snacks for the trip there on Saturday and Sunday morning. We ended the night by making a pizza that we got from Aldi. So I'm not blind. I know this is not healthy. It's not good for you, but it still does count as a carb source. So we thought, what better way to kind of reward ourselves other than enjoying this pizza here. And that is how we ended the night. The next morning, there was really only one thing we had on the agenda today, and that was to run 3 miles, our last official run of our training program. Obviously, we had to start the day off with coffee as we always do, so we made an iced latte this morning, but really throughout the day, My goal was just to carb load as much as I could. And with being 3 days out from the race now, I want to make sure that I'm doing as much as I can to fuel up properly. But now, it's time to go out and do our last run. All right, this is officially our last real run of this half marathon training journey. All right, so for this, something a little different. Instead of making this a giant montage, I'm gonna do one piece of race advice for my future self per mile. So mile 1 here, first piece of advice for Dylan on race day is, it's not a race, it's a run. So just keeping in mind the fact that I'm not there to race other people or to pass other people. It's all meant to be just my own personal run, focusing on my time, and that's under 8:23 a mile. Holy crap, I'm passing a legit Chicago marathoner. All right, mile 2, advice number 2 here is run your own Boston. So what I mean by that is this race for me is no different than somebody prepping for the Boston Marathon or Chicago Marathon or whatever another big one is. Obviously those marathons are way more important, but you can't tell yourself that. You can't tell yourself something else is more important than what you're doing. Because really I want to prepare for this 13-mile run in Michigan just like I would a Boston Marathon, a New York Marathon, you know, whatever. So I think it's important to remember that you don't want to belittle your own race, whether it's like a local 5K, 10K, or full-on marathon. Just realize, like, for you, take it as seriously as you would the biggest race of your life, and your mindset will be much better because of it. All right, mile 3, advice number 3, never doubt yourself, but never trust yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you start out the race a little slower, just like I did for my marathon, the first couple miles there were so many people I couldn't get going. You don't want to doubt yourself because you could easily pick up that mileage later and all of a sudden you're cruising and you'll hit that stride and things will be just fine. But also, never trust yourself. Just because you're feeling good at first doesn't mean you need to take off and just hold that pace. So if you're running faster than you should, just because you're feeling good, it doesn't mean you just need to keep running that quick. It might be strategic to slow down and just hit your splits as you're meant to. That way at the end, you're not hanging on for dear life, trying to just make it happen. That's the worst feeling ever, when you got like 2 miles left and you got to go really fast. Or inversely, you got 2 miles left and you've already ran too fast, so now you're hanging on for dear life. So don't doubt yourself. You can always catch some second wind, but also don't trust any wind on these runs. Just trust me, don't trust any wind. All right, we just finished. Here's our time up here. We ran that one really easy, so not my best time ever, which is fine. Like I said, those are kind of some pieces of advice I'm sharing to my future self, because believe it or not, we're 3 days out from race day, which is just crazy. So I gotta stop saying which is crazy. It's expected. We've done this for the past 10 to 12 weeks of training, so we're here now, and obviously we're gonna compete, do our best, but also just enjoy it and have fun. I think the trip to Ann Arbor is gonna be awesome, and I'm really looking forward to getting there, trying a new coffee shop, and honestly just running and just being out there by the water. I think it's gonna be awesome. All right, our run is over, and Sylvie had the best idea ever, and that was to get Chipotle. So I got a bowl here, so we got a giant burrito that's caving open right now. I just want to touch on a few last minute race strategies for the race coming up on Sunday, and today is Thursday, by the way. So a couple things. I've saved these 2 gels right here that I'm going to take, berries and pomegranate, and then the strawberry lemonade, which has some caffeine in it. I'm going to take one of these at mile 4 and one of these at mile 8. So I got 2 of those ready. That should be good enough. There's going to be aid stations every 2 miles, so I'm going to stop at every single one and probably grab a little bit of Gatorade or water. As far as the temperature, I think by the time the race starts at 8, or it's 8:30?
8:30.
I think it's going to be like 60, 61. So we're looking at like high 50s to start the day. So it's going to be cold. I'll probably just stick to wearing something like this. And then I am going to race in the Hoka Mach 5s. Those are the shoes I'm going to wear. They're my lightest shoe, and they're comfortable enough. I think it's going to be a good race day shoe. The last most important thing is just to have fun. Enjoy it. We've already trained for 10 weeks, so I just want to make sure I just enjoy the process of being out there and running. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Maybe consider liking and subscribing to this video. Not to this video. Maybe consider liking this video and subscribing for more running content. The next time you see me, it will be race day. So be on the lookout. Sunday is the day, and we're 3 days out. I'll see you there.